Hola mi gente bella, how's it going? My name is Jeremy Serrano. If you're new here, this is La Comida Jeremy, and in today's video, I have a quick little haul for you from an amazing store known as Ecoworks. So Ecoworks is a store in Connecticut. It's also a non-profit, and what they do is basically give a second life to a ton of art supplies, sewing supplies, ceramic supplies, all kinds of beautiful craft supplies, and I was so excited to go. I actually found out about this place through my friend Ave's TikTok. I will link her down below. She's an amazing artist and ceramicist, and I saw her TikTok and I was like, I need to go there. And then I just so happened to go to Connecticut for the summer and I was able to go. As I mentioned, Ecoworks is a non-profit. They are also a store, and basically what they do is give a second life to all kinds of art supplies. And I was so excited to find out about this place because I love thrifting, and I usually thrift some art supplies like little mini canvases and little things that I find at the thrift store, but they never have like tons of art supplies. So I definitely wanted to visit it and see what I can find that I can offer in my shop, as well as just use in my personal art learning skills. Before I get into the haul, I wanted to mention that if you are going to visit this place, to be sure to call them before you visit. I ended up going not knowing that you needed an appointment to go inside unless it's Sunday. If Sunday, you can go, like anybody can enter, but most days you have to have an appointment because they only have one employee, and also because of COVID and stuff. And we drove up there to North Haven, and we live all the way in Bridgeport, which is like maybe 20 minutes away, not too far, but still a little trek. And they were not open to the public, and I did not know this, but thankfully there was only one customer in there. They had no other appointments, and so we were able to go inside because of the lovely volunteer that was working there that day. But if you are planning to visit anytime soon, make sure you give them a call before you go in, because they might need to give you an appointment before you're able to check out the store. The store though is freaking awesome. It is filled to the brim with all kinds of craft supplies for sewing, ceramics, clay, painting, drawing, and things that I have never even heard of doing, but I was so interested in doing. I got a lot of stuff, and we only spent like 30 bucks. And here it is, a beautiful bag filled to the brim with all kinds of craft supplies. I believe we spent $30 overall. They are very freaking affordable. Some things they charge like by weight versus like individual pricing. Some things they charge individually at the cash register. Sometimes they like switch the prices for you to make it like cheaper. I don't know. I was overall really impressed and in love with this place, and I want to show you what I got. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. When I saw these yarns, I was like, did you guys know that I was coming here? Because these are the perfect colors for my shop. I love everything Halloween, if you didn't know already. And that's exactly what this is giving, and I'm so excited to use these for something. Next up, we have kind of the same color palette for felt. So I've never worked with felt before. I have like when I was younger, but like in my shop, I've never worked with anything in regards to felt. I usually do like clay pieces, and that's the farthest I'll go from illustrating. But I definitely wanted to offer some really cool felt pieces. So I found these. They were super duper freaking cheap. This one is pretty cut up, but I said I could make like something with it. This is like a desaturated orange. We have the very orange Halloween color. We have the same yellow color in the yarn and in the felt. Is a lovely creamy ivory colored felt, and then a black one, which is like really great for like eye details and nose details. So I think what I'm gonna do with these is make some felt pins. So if you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe down below, as well as follow me on Instagram so you can see when those pieces come out, so you can go ahead and snag one. Again, with the desaturated colors, this is intentional though, because all of the ribbon literally looks like this, but it's basically a checkerboard print in a like brown and cream color in the background, and then it has these very desaturated strawberries, which are just so freaking cute. And I know like summer is over, but I don't know, I'm gonna figure out what to do with these. These are gonna turn into something. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I will definitely use it. And it was only like $1, like super freaking cheap. Next up, I have 5 mini canvases. So I don't know the measurements for these. Oh yes, I do. They're 4x4. But I have some already in my studio that I picked up at Goodwill a couple months ago back here in Memphis. And when I saw these, I was like, I can do like a little mini series of mini canvases, originals, and sell them at a higher end price versus how I do with my prints. I don't know, I think people really want to own some original art by me, but I just never offered it, and I get get messages from some people that are asking for it. I think this will be a nice way to offer it on the smaller scale. So I'm excited. I don't know what exactly I'm going to do with these just yet, but I'm gonna get to brainstorming and doing some original art, which I'm so excited about because since getting my iPad, I've been more into like digital art. So I think this will be a nice way to get back into traditional original art. I picked up these little fabric squares. So these are just pleather fabric in black and brown. I used to work in the furniture industry, and if you go to your local furniture store and ask them if they have any fabric swatches that they want to give away, you will always find pleather swatches. So if I'm making like a jack-o'-lantern or something, I would cut the face off of this and then glue it to the felt. You can do so much with this. I used to get these when I used to work in the furniture store that I worked at, and I would just make like tons of little things. You can also, like, if you make purses or stuff, get this. Like, this makes it an awesome little pocket. If you're going to thrift stores like Ecoworks, make sure to kind of think out of the box, because you can definitely get all kinds of different fabrics and different products and turn them into something else that you probably wouldn't think of otherwise. I forget what these things are called, but basically this is for the ink. So this is by the Speedball brand. It was so cheap. I think it was only like 25 cents. So I actually have some Speedball paint that I have not used yet. I'm trying to get into screen printing so I could screen print my own like thrifted t-shirts and tote bags and stuff at home with my own designs. But basically what it does is spread the ink across whatever you're trying to print. And this was only like 25 cents, and Speedball is like pretty expensive, so I was so glad to find this. As I mentioned, everything Halloween, so I found this little Ziploc bag of Halloween stamps, which I was so excited about, because basically what I'll do with this is stamp my envelopes as I'm sending them, and if I have any thank you cards for my Ko-fi members, I'll be sure to send them Halloween themed stamped cards. And I just thought they were super cute. So it comes with a set of 4 different packs. So this one is a little mini set. It's a pumpkin and then also a leaf with little wind design. This one is actually a stamp inking set. I actually have some at home. I have a blue, a red, a black, and an orange, but this is nice to have on hand as well. This is just black. And then I also have this witch design, so it just says trick or treat, and then on the back is actually the full print because it's cut off in the front. Basically that's what it looks like. And then I also have another trick or treat one with candy and a ghost and a little candy bag, and I just thought that was super cute. Again, this was like 25 cents, so if you are in the market for anything that you might think you need, definitely check out Ecoworks because they have everything. The next thing that I found was this little wooden house. It says Mill Store on the back, but I'm not sure if that's the store that they bought it from or what this is supposed to be. But basically what it is, a little wood block that was cut out so that you can paint it. It also has like how the house should look, what you should paint it as because it has the colors. And this looks very homemade. Like, this doesn't look like you would find this like at Michael's and stuff, but it's also super old. I'm tempted to like not open it because it does look so vintage looking, but I also would just love to like paint it because it's giving me my Victorian house dream vibes, and I would love to paint this, but we'll see. Basically this was 79 cents whenever whoever sold it, and I believe they only gave this to me for 10 cents. So when I was younger, my mother used to be into ceramic. Basically all the ceramics that people used to have in the late 90s and early 2000s, my mom would make those things. That's exactly what this is reminding me of as soon as I saw it. So this is just like a little mold for a pumpkin jack-o'-lantern, and this is perfect because I do make clay pieces at home, and so I thought, why not just make my life easy this autumn season and Halloween season and have one that's already made for me, and then I could just paint it whatever colors I would want and turn it into whatever I would want as well. And so yeah, it was just this little ceramic clay mold, and basically what you can do is get your clay, press it on there lightly, take it off, and then bake it. And then that way you would have an easy way to have a nice jack-o'-lantern. If you know anything about Prismacolor markers, they are so freaking pricey, but this place had them for like $1 or less, and they had so many colors. So I just got 2 because a majority of the colors were like the same. So I got the tan, the light tan, and the goldenrod. Those are the colors. I don't know if they still make these colors. These look pretty old, but those are the 2 colors I got. This is what they look like, and I also swatched them already, so they do work. And they also come with 2 kinds of tips. So they have basically a more finer tip, which is like kind of like the Sharpie pen, and then they also have the thicker tip that looks like a magic marker. And these are so great to color original art with. I follow an artist. I will link her down below or put her on the screen if I remember her handle. But basically she only uses Prismacolor and like this brown paper. And so I really want to try her method out to see if I can create something. The next drawing utensil that I picked up are these Walter Foster graphite pencils. So I only really like to draw in traditional art with graphite pencils. I think I draw the best with those materials. I have learned how to use like paint and other kind of materials, but none of them ever work for me like pencils do, so I usually just stick to graphite pencils. So I saw these and I just love the way they look in regards to aesthetic. It just looks like straight up wood. So it has the H, the 2H, the HB, all this stuff. And so I might use these, but I have a ton of graphite pencils. So I think I really just bought this to have it on my desk as a display. But I'll still try them out for like, probably like the original pieces or something. But these were like 25 cents. Amazing. I came across these things. So this is called Friendly Plastic. I have never seen this before. I have never heard of this, but essentially what it says to do is like heat it up with water or in the oven or a griddle. I would not put this on my pans. And then basically you can mold it into different things. You can add like different tools to add textures to it. I'm probably gonna watch a video or two on how to use this and then see what I can come up with, but I did love how all these are pretty holographic. It has like the silver one that has kind of like that rainbow effect when it hits the sun. It has a green, blue, and also a more holographic one. So I'm gonna see what I do with this. I'll probably make like a little reel or TikTok, so be sure to follow me on Instagram so you can see what I make with this. But I thought this was cool. I don't think they make this kind of stuff anymore, so that was pretty exciting. I think this would be really cool for like jewelry pieces or something to hang on the wall, so we'll see what I come up with. And again, this was super cheap. Usually when they have stickers on them from actual original stores, what they'll do is like probably half off of that price, and this was like 58 cents, so like 20 something and change, like great deals. I don't really do ceramics. What I do is polymer clay and also air dry clay, but I do like the whole ceramicness of it all. But basically they had a ton of this and a lot of them were like super hard, and I already have some that I bought from Michael's on clearance that were super hard and they just were too tough to like handle with your hands, and like they just wouldn't mold. So I only bought these two because they were super soft. The other ones were just too hard to handle. So I got this one. This was like 10 cents and it's like a yellow color. But basically what I do with this is I tend to paint them. But I got this color because I thought it's pretty close to like a bone color. So if I make any like skeletons and those kind of things for Halloween, I wouldn't have to paint it, which make my life so much easier. And then I also got this one. This is an air dry clay, so it takes longer to dry. But I got it anyways because I like to make bigger pieces with the air dry clay because they tend to be thicker and also harden more versus the polymer clay. This is another thing that I picked up that I don't really know how to use, but it seemed really cool. Basically this is Mod Podge's brand and it is the Dimensional Magic. It adds dimension. From what it looks like, it seems like it adds like a vibrance to your clay pieces. So I'm gonna try it out and see what happens. I can see that there's glitter in there. It looks like it just needs to be like opened up a little bit and shaken around, but other than that, I'll let you all know what I come up with and how it works. I've never seen this at Michael's or any other craft stores that I've been to when I've been purchasing Mod Podge, but I'm gonna give it a try and see what it does. And the last item is this very vintage eraser. So this is a ink and pencil eraser. It's my Herald Square Woolworth. It's still like in the original packaging. They ripped off the top, so that's unfortunate, but I love this. I had to get it. I follow Lisa, and her like eraser collection is freaking phenomenal. So I decided to get this one just to have it in like a little jar on my desk for inspiration, and I just thought it was cute, really antique, vintage looking, and again, this was like 10 cents. Alright friends, that is it for this little haul. If you are interested in checking out Ecoworks and all the amazing things that they have to offer, I will link their website down below. Again, be sure to follow them on Facebook and check out their updates, as well as call them before you head over there to make an appointment to go inside. but they have tons of stuff. Like whatever you're into in regards to crafting, you're probably gonna find some cool stuff there, as well as other stuff to get into. And I just absolutely fell in love with this place. Go support them. They're an awesome nonprofit doing amazing work. So that is it for this video. Be sure to hit that subscribe button down below to see what I make with these things, as well as follow me on Instagram, and also check out my shop because all this stuff will be used for stuff in my shop. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care. Los quiero mucho y hablamos ahorita. Ciao.